Hey everyone, I'm Summer, and welcome back to my channel where solopreneurs, coaches, creators learn how to build businesses that don't cost them their health, peace, or joy. This is a part of my Teach Me Something playlist where I have conversations with experts who help us replace chaos with clarity and build sustainable success. Today's episode is especially for solopreneurs who are brilliant at what they do, but tired of carrying all the stuff alone. My guest today is Preethi Balasubramanian. Yes, I said her name right because I'm a Tamilian too, almost married to one. He is a coach for solopreneurs and small business owners. Preethi helps people move from founder grind into a true CEO mindset, which is all what we need. And Preethi also supports entrepreneurs in simplifying operations, clarifying priorities, and building systems that create ease. It's a big word actually, just a four-lettered word, but ease and sustainable growth in that approach. She is very grounded. When I heard about her book, it was really exciting. It's called the ease equation, where systems plus support equal to sustainable success. I think it's a great formula. The book tells you that success that costs you your well-being is not really success, and I have felt that firsthand when my health started deteriorating like 4 years ago. Preeti is all about helping you design a business that supports you and not consume you. So, Preeti, I want to start with something I see constantly: people working incredibly hard but still feeling so stuck. There are hidden friction points that drain time and energy, right? So from your perspective, how can solopreneurs and small business owners identify this operational gap that's holding them back from scaling?
Mhm. Um, First of all, thank you so much for having me. And
My pleasure.
so I would say yes, like you said, I have also seen time and again, like whether it's the C-level executives or the business owners, and I think it's also the culture. We glorify that hustle culture where we keep saying the more you do, the better. The more you do is when your business grows. But
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
but then sometimes I'd say like, no, that's not true. You should let go. You should let go to actually find that growth happening because
Mm-hmm.
like you said, as entrepreneurs, they are doing everything in the business themselves, and um, it it kind of piles up, right? The amount of and you don't realize that when you're an entrepreneur doing everything yourself, everything lives in your brain, and it then
Yes.
means like your to-do list or your task list might be small, but then for that every small task, that is that decision making, that remembering, that having to do it yourself, so the pressure of having to do it. So the amount of emotional and mental stress, even from doing a small task, and then
Mm-hmm.
when it piles up on a daily basis, it becomes that huge mental load. Then it leads to that frustration, irritation. You start resenting the work that you have to do.
Yes.
So I would say the first thing, like I always talk in my book or my coaching practice also, is that clarity. You have to
Mm-hmm.
clearly, maybe even just pen and paper, note down what all I'm doing on a day-to-day basis, and
Mm-hmm.
clearly identify like which of these are things that definitely are mine to do, right? So these are your
Mm-hmm.
area of genius. So
Mm-hmm.
in most businesses, it might be that client facing or that networking or going and talking about what your business does to the world. That's something only you can do. That's not something that can be delegated. So you have to
Correct.
figure out, and it's basically like that Eisenhower matrix, right? So you have to decide what I have to do now, what I have to do, but can be done at a later date, then schedule it and leave it there. Don't think
Mm-hmm.
about it until you get to that
It's
date
time
and
to do
time.
it. Mm-hmm.
And then three, figure out which has to be done, but you can be delegated to somebody else, then delegate it. And
Mm-hmm.
then maybe there are some things we all do that. Like when we start our business out of obligation or out of some reasoning, we start doing some things which we continue to do, which probably don't add value in any way, and we should probably not do them at all.
Mm.
So design those four baskets and only concentrate on the do now. Don't leave the rest for when they have to be done.
They take too much headspace, right? It
Yes.
makes so much sense because you talk just like me. Especially, I don't like it when chaos becomes normal. You're living inside the chaos all the time. No wonder you're not moving forward, right?
Yeah, and we find a lot of people who say things like, "Oh, I thrive in chaos and I like the mess." I'm like, No, you're just saying it. You don't like it.
You like the feeling of being busy.
Yeah.
That brings me to another point. Leaders, we make big mistakes when we try to do everything ourselves. I'm curious about what pattern you see in leaders in general that are making big mistakes and how strategic support can turn that pattern into something sustainable and not exhausting.
Yeah. So I think a little bit to continue from what I was saying is like with most entrepreneurs, we start our business or even get into something because we are passionate about something, or there is that value we want to deliver. So that's the reason you get into the business in the first place. But then
Mm,
over time, as things build on your everyday admin, your everyday finances, your everyday documenting or whatever it is that you're doing, takes up so much of your time and your mental bandwidth that it takes you away from that main purpose or the passion why you started the business.
yeah.
So, and if you're not pursuing that passion or that vision why you started the business, then your business is not growing, because only if you work there will the business grow. And
Hmm.
instead of working on that, you're working on everything else. And after a point, you might start thinking, and I know a lot of us know of the statistics that most businesses in the first 5 years go out of business because
Correct.
sometimes it's like because you're doing so much of the day to day yourself, you don't have time for that strategic vision which you should be working on.
Hmm.
And after a point, it's also that level of exhaustion. You start hating the work you're doing, you start resenting it. And then once you resent anything and you do it, it's like a kid being forced to do something they don't like to do.
They
The
don't like to
outcome is
do.
never
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. And a lot of us think that support is weakness, asking for help is weakness. But I've learned this the hard way that it's leverage.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about systems, I've noticed that this word alone can make people tense, like, oh, she's talking systems now.
Yeah, no, and that's another thing, right? Like I also always reiterate that when I talk about systems, I'm
Hmm.
not talking about a big software program or having a
Yes.
CRM or a
Hmm.
tool put in place
Hmm.
tomorrow. Like
Hmm.
for a founder, systems is getting those things or processes that live in your head
Hmm.
into a document form, creating those SOPs, creating those processes, creating those flowcharts of how this works or how the sequence of things work
Hmm.
is system. And that's the first system you need in place. You can then look at the software systems or things to support you, but it's that foundation system which is first required.
That is true. And systems doesn't have to be just in business.
Mm-hmm.
Some of my friends ask me like, how did you manage to create an entire dinner in like about half an hour or 45 minutes? I have a system for that. I
Yeah.
do not mean it's a big software.
Yes.
So I've realized that structure creates more freedom instead of making things complex and living in a chaos. You don't thrive in a
Mm-hmm.
chaos, of course. How can simple systems and clarity in action actually free up a founder's time so that they can focus on their big vision and high impact decisions? What would be your biggest advice?
Like I said, so once you have those systems or your SOPs on document, like even if it is you doing it again, like if, for example, if it's onboarding a client,
Hmm.
you do it a certain way today because maybe you're in a good mental space, you're healthy, you're physically fit, so you're doing it a certain way. But
Hmm.
then if you're doing the same thing another day next month, then maybe that day you are a little unwell or you're feeling tired, then your onboarding system is different. And for a client, it's like two clients get two different kind of experiences also, and
Hmm.
some good, some bad, and it may not
Hmm.
be a good thing for you as a business. So basically, like even small things like an onboarding, if you have a defined system and you put it down in writing,
Hmm.
every time you do it,
Hmm.
yes, you're just doing the task. There is no decision requirement. There is no remembering required. So the
Hmm.
mental load comes down, even if you're having to do it again. And
Hmm.
when it comes to a point that you're willing to delegate and you have a team, it is easier for them to take it and go with it also because it's already there, clearly written, documented, and the process is there. So
Hmm.
whether it is you doing it yourself or you're delegating to somebody, having those systems, having them defined takes off that mental and decision fatigue out of it.
Yes, this conversation is badly needed in today's world. Ease, the four-lettered word, it's not a luxury, it's a strategy.
Hmm.
And so far, I've been loving what I'm talking with Preeti. Probably after this episode, we're going to be talking more because I'm already learning something. This is truly teach me something. You guys, if you are ready to move from operational chaos, stop living, thriving in chaos. If you want to move from chaos to clarity and go calm, go connect with Preethi. All her links are right below. Preethi, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
Mostly I'm available on LinkedIn, or yes, they can send me an email also, or yeah, basically reach out to me on LinkedIn. And
Perfect.
so monthly, I also do have like a monthly meeting. It's more like a calm space and advisory group kind of thing where entrepreneurs can come in and talk about any issues, problems that they're facing, and maybe somebody else in the room's already gone through it and might have a solution, or
Mm-hmm.
at least, if nothing, you have a group of empathetic people to listen to you. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a space I would like to welcome anybody to come and be a part of. And
We thrive in communities, not alone. So
yeah,
that's
and
what
especially
Preeti is
as
trying to say
solopreneurs,
with
I
this.
think, yeah, especially as solopreneurs, I think we all like put a brave front, but we are all lonely and we all crave that network or people who understand us. And I've
Mm-hmm.
had clients, some of mine, tell me that yes, you have a very supportive partner, you have a very supportive family, or you have group of friends, but then
Mm-hmm.
if they are not entrepreneurs themselves, or if they are not in the same position as you themselves, they don't really get you. When you go tell them something,
Exactly.
yeah, they listen to you. They are like, okay, they are a shoulder you can lean on, but beyond
Mm-hmm.
which they don't really get you. They don't really understand what you're saying.
That is correct.
Yeah.
So this monthly meeting that Preeti has, the link to the next one is in the description, you guys. But get in touch with Preeti or LinkedIn. She's like me, LinkedIn first. Um, and if you watch this episode after the event in the link is done, just get in touch with her and ask her for the next link. And if you are enjoying these Teach Me Something conversations, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Every episode is here to help you lead smarter, grow sustainably, and reclaim your energy. Preeti, thank you for being here with me.
Thank you again for having me.
And I'll see you guys in the next one.